So I wanted to first talk about a health benefit for you. Do you know about the lemons? Lemons that shift the energy in your brain. So it will alleviate any kind of brain fog, depression, which also can lead to confusion about, direction, and your intuition even can be affected. So when you use the lemon habit every morning, just a glass, it actually starts to alleviate the mercury in the brain, which is where the mid-canal of the brain actually stores and holds mercury. There's a lot of information about this, and there's so much more to it. But if you start your day off right with this lemon habit, which I love to call it because every time I do it every morning, it just makes me feel so much more alive, having more energy, more focus. So if you want to get this book, this is Anthony Williams, who is a medical medium. You can find him on Instagram. The Amazon books are very inexpensive. And there's a whole list of things that detoxing the mercury out of your brain can alleviate. I mean, a whole list. It's so long. So anyways, as I go through with my videos, I'll give you tips as well to, that I'm navigating myself, actually adding to my mornings and diet, and to shift my energy. And it's really makes a big difference, and very quickly. So I'd like to get on to the reading. I picked a couple cards this morning, and one card is the Justice card. So there's a situation that's occurred that is honestly unfair. Sometimes things happen that are unfair. They don't feel just. They don't feel, in the order of divine love. And the balancing of scales is coming in. So however that's going to show up, or whenever that's going to show up, this is what's occurring right now in the field. The World card, which is an ending, a conclusion of it's almost like a cycle. It could be like a 7-year cycle or a 10-year cycle. It's a cycle, a pattern in your life that's really resolving. Something that you in just like a blink of an eye, it shifts. When that awareness kind of comes in, where it's like, wow, I've been doing this or saying this in my mind that's a lie. Once you become very clear and aware about what's happening, it shifts just like that. So when that energy shifts very quickly, because it can, something new is presented. So the universe is offering you your dreams. I mean, what do you see? What do you envision in your life? What makes you happy? What brings you joy? What gifts do you have that you've not been bringing to the world that can benefit so many people? Because really now is the time for us to step into that more and more. And life can be a roller coaster ride. It is. Even in my own experience, I've had some amazing fortune, I felt, in the fact that I was creating something that felt in sort of divine love for myself, for the planet, for other people. And that kind of fire sets, my heart and my life with that kind of passion and fire. It just, it when you're in it. You just know. Ace of Wands, which is a fire card. So we are in the sign of Aries, which is a fire sign. And it really is igniting that spark that's in your heart. So if, in your meditations, or if, just during the day, just putting that violet flame in your heart, carry it with you all day, have it surround you. It really can ignite something in your body and shift the energy that might be sort of stuck, or that needs to, roll away. It's what, I don't know, there's this really funny movie that I saw, and in the movie, she said, I can't remember which one it was, otherwise I'd tell you. It's like, she goes, we're gonna turn this ship around, we're gonna turn it around, we're gonna turn this ship around, we're turning it around. That, to me, is like that flash, that moment of focus. Where have I been completely distracting myself with all this exterior shit, noise, other people's stuff, whether it be judgments, opinions about my life, or where have you been distracting yourself? And where do you need to focus? Because it really is a very focused energy, which is another card that I chose. And this one is focus. So focus your light of awareness and your fire, that passion energy, in the direction of your highest good and the highest good of all. Because it will make a difference. It absolutely makes a difference. Now listen, not everybody's gonna like what you're doing or who you are, and that's not the point. That's never gonna happen. So you might as well just move ahead. Just move ahead. A couple other cards that are just sort of underneath here. Let's see. So we've got the King of Pentacles. Oh, here, let's see. We have a King of Pentacles, the Lover's card, and Temperance. So it's really about, the universe, as you move forward in the direction of your gifts, your talents, your dreams, others benefit from this, but also the universe wants to give you abundance through those gifts and dreams. So the Lover's card, it's also, the Lover's card is very much a balancing of your own energy as well. So it's a balancing of the masculine and the feminine energy in your being. And sometimes, once we get off in those areas, it's easy to be misdirected and misguided. So, and it also might be a partnership, down the road, but it really is kind of saying that balanced energy is coming into your body and your being, and you're really I don't know about claiming it, it's just a knowingness that it has shifted and that it's here. One thing that I absolutely love doing was, there's something called labyrinths. So there are these man-made circular mazes, and some are huge and some are smaller. But what's interesting, the purpose of it is like a meditative walk where you step into the maze. And I've done this several times and found it to be incredibly powerful. Before you enter the maze, ask your spirit guides, your angels, to, gift you the awareness in the core, in the center of the labyrinth. And when you walk around it and you get to the core, it will come. It will absolutely come. And it will be, it's been very loud for me each time I've done it. So, I just kind of focus on the question or the situation or the issue, and, start walking slowly through the labyrinth. And when you get to the core, it's like right there. And then when you're leaving the labyrinth, you ask for the energy to be released, to just kind of let it go, remove all blocks or energies or sadnesses or any kind of emotion that's coming up, just a, another layer that's being relieved. So try that. It is an incredible experience. The first time I did it, I was really blown away by it. Right now, we're in the sign of Aries. And, the wounded healer, Chiron, the wounded healer, is really a very big and loud and planet right now that's presenting itself in your life in a way that is bringing up sort of, it's a lie. The wounded healer is actually just a lie that was told, either through upbringing or society, or you just came in with it, or it might be all three, or four, or whatever, wherever it kind of came from. So when you recognize where that wound is, which actually that is one thing that I did in the labyrinth, I asked to be shown the actual core of the wound. And it's a very powerful practice, and it starts to give awareness so you can actually start releasing the lie. When your unconscious has some thought in the back of your mind, you will attract people, places, things, situations that continue to bring up the wound. And I don't care where it is. I mean, you could be in the middle of a group of very enlightened spiritual people. It doesn't matter. The energy will still be there. So it will still be present in those circumstances. So anywhere you can find it. Spiritual communities and metaphysical bookstores and all these things, they're not immune to unconscious behavior or any of these things. They are humans, and we all have a path of growth and of evolution to take. So try out the labyrinth if you find one, or even make one, in your house somewhere. That could be kind of a fun project. Let's see. What else do I want to talk to you about? I think it's really important when you find, there's a lot of people who have the wounded healer of belonging and just a sense of belonging, not just with people, but like on this planet, and really understanding like your value and your worthiness and your lovability. And even very famous people, who've made a lot of money, let's say, in, being an actor or a singer or whatever the field might be. Even these kinds of people have a core wound. And it may be very unconsciously buried, sort of chasing, a lot of people will just chase success or, money or whatever it is that keeps that sort of core wound suppressed. But once you kind of understand where the placement is in your chart, then you can start to sort of unpack and unravel the actual, like, the matter that's really like in the heart of the matter, right? So, because you want to be around people who, it's very important who you are around. Are you around kind people who love you, even when the chips are down, even when the shit hits the fan? Are you around people who, want to give you a hug and, listen to you and, not try and fix you or think that you're broken or, every human being has stuff. It's called planet Earth and the school of Earth, and that is why we are all here. So it's really a little less about what you're doing as how you're being in the world, and that kindness piece is huge. Just a little bit can help change someone's day around. And making sure that you're around people who are supportive and who can also see you beyond the sadness or whatever it is that you're experiencing, who want to support that higher version of you as well. I mean, not saying that it's not less than to feel your emotions. That's not what I mean, but you don't want to get trapped there. That's not a place you want to dwell. Emotion wants to come through, felt, and released. It doesn't want to be stuck, because that's what happens when people start to get depression and other more serious things that start to occur in the body. So, even when you're, doing your stuff during your day, put on some lovely music. I often will play, Reiki music, which you can find on YouTube, and it will just play. It's an energy healing music. Lee Harris actually has some new CDs out that are very healing. You can find him on Instagram or his website. Music is a very big transformer of energy, and can really be very soothing. Anyways, I hope that this was helpful, and just gathering all the passion and the peace and the focus. Okay? All right. Peace.